Success stories don't begin with triumph. They begin with failure, with heartbreak, with rejection, with moments when the entire world seems to scream, "You're not good enough." And yet, some people rise. Some people refuse to bow down to their circumstances. Some people transform failure into fuel and build an empire that inspires millions. Today, we dive deep into the life of one of the most magnetic, influential, and inspiring superstars in the world, Will Smith. The man who went from being broke, betrayed, and almost forgotten to becoming one of the biggest global icons in film, music, and personal development. But his story isn't just about Hollywood glamour or rap stardom. His story is about resilience, about the power of belief, about what it takes to rise when life throws you down again and again. So if you've ever felt broken, if you've ever been rejected, if you've ever doubted whether your dreams are possible, stay with me till the very end. Because Will Smith's journey will prove to you that no matter how dark your circumstances may be, you can rise, you can succeed, and you can rewrite your destiny. And you. Will Smith was born in Philadelphia in 1968. A young boy growing up in a tough neighborhood, but with dreams bigger than the world around him. From a very early age, he was full of energy, charisma, and confidence. They even nicknamed him Prince in his neighborhood because of his charm. He was the kid who could light up any room, the boy who carried an aura of possibility wherever he went. But let me tell you, being charming doesn't mean life will be easy. Life tested him, just like it tests you and me. At just 12 years old, Will was already dreaming of greatness. He wanted to rap, to perform, to inspire. He and his friend Jeff formed the duo DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Against all odds, they broke through in the late 1980s. By the age of 20, Will Smith was already a Grammy-winning artist. Fame, money, glory. Everything seemed perfect. But here comes the first great lesson. Success that comes too early, without preparation, can be dangerous. Will was young, inexperienced with money, and he started spending recklessly. Cars, houses, parties. He was living like the world would never stop giving. But reality is merciless. The IRS came after him, demanding millions in unpaid taxes. Within a year, the superstar was broke. Not just broke, drowning in debt. Imagine this. One day you're a Grammy-winning star and the next you're nearly bankrupt. That's how fast life can change. That's how fast the world can take away everything you thought was secure. This was the first time Will Smith tasted true failure. And failure stings. Failure whispers that maybe you were never meant for greatness. Failure makes you question your own worth. But here's the power of Will Smith's story. He didn't run from failure. He didn't hide. He faced it. When his rap career went down, when his money was gone, when his reputation was shattered, Will Smith had two choices: accept defeat or fight back. And he chose to fight. This is where the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came into his life. At first, Will didn't even want to do it. He saw TV as a step down from music. But life often hides blessings inside of opportunities we don't want. He took the role, and boom, overnight, Will Smith was a household name again. But success in acting didn't come instantly. Will Smith didn't know how to act. He was a rapper thrown into a world of trained performers. He was awkward, unsure, and out of place. Do you know what he did? He memorized not only his lines, but the entire script of every episode. If you watch early episodes carefully, you can even see him mouthing other actors' lines. That's how badly he wanted to succeed. That's how much he was willing to grind. Here lies another powerful lesson. When you step into a new arena, you will feel out of place, you will feel unqualified. But dedication can compensate for lack of skill. Hard work can make you dangerous, even in unfamiliar territory. Will's obsession with success transformed him. He studied, he practiced, he sacrificed, and slowly the world noticed. He wasn't just a rapper anymore. He wasn't just a TV actor. He was becoming something much bigger. By the mid-90s, Will Smith made a daring decision. He wanted to be the biggest movie star in the world. Not just a star, not just successful, the biggest. And when Will Smith sets a goal, he doesn't whisper it. He doesn't hope for it. He declares it. He creates a plan. He goes all in. He studied box office charts. He learned the science of blockbusters. He analyzed what made movies global hits. And then he executed relentlessly, one after another. Independence Day, Men in Black, Enemy of the State, Ali, Pursuit of Happiness, I Am Legend. Each role bigger than the last, each performance louder than the doubts. He wasn't just acting, he was dominating. He became one of the most bankable stars in Hollywood history. But wait, don't think this was a straight line to glory. Even during his rise, failures came knocking. Wild Wild West was a disaster. Some films flopped. Critics mocked him. People laughed at him for turning down The Matrix, which went on to become one of the biggest films of all time. And years later, when After Earth failed, Will faced some of the harshest criticism of his career. Yet, here's the secret. Every failure became fuel. Every rejection became motivation. Will Smith once said, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Think about that for a second. Success is not built on perfection. Success is built on persistence. It's built on refusing to let failure define you. And perhaps the most inspiring part of Will Smith's journey isn't the fame, the money, or the awards. It's his philosophy of life. He believes in discipline, he believes in commitment, he believes in the power of deciding who you want to be, and then working relentlessly until the world can't ignore you. One of his most famous quotes is, "You don't set out to build a wall. You don't say, 'I'm going to build the biggest wall ever.' You say, 'I'm going to lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid. And if you do that every single day, soon you'll have a wall.'" That's life, that's success, not about massive leaps, but about small, consistent actions, brick by brick, step by step, day after day. But Will Smith's story isn't just about winning, it's about the courage to be vulnerable. In recent years, he's shared his struggles openly, the pressures of fame, the mistakes in his personal life, the breakdowns, and even the controversies that shook his image. He admitted his flaws, he admitted his pain, and that honesty makes him even greater. Because true strength is not about pretending to be perfect. True strength is about owning your scars and still moving forward. So, what can you learn from Will Smith's journey? Number 1, failure is not the end, it's just a chapter. If you're broke, betrayed, or rejected right now, remember, you are not finished. You are just in training. Number 2, preparation beats talent. Will didn't start as a great actor, but he became one through obsession and discipline. No matter your field, if you're willing to outwork everyone else, you will rise. Number 3, define your own destiny. Will didn't wait for Hollywood to hand him success. He studied, strategized, and declared his dream. Don't let the world decide your limits. You decide them. And number 4, lay your bricks. Stop worrying about the whole wall. Focus on the brick in front of you. Today's effort will create tomorrow's legacy. My friend, life will knock you down. People will doubt you. You will fail. But just like Will Smith, you can rise from the ashes. You can rebuild. You can achieve greatness beyond your wildest imagination. All it takes is a decision to never quit, a decision to push harder, a decision to believe when no one else does. Remember, failure does not mean you're finished. Failure means you're about to begin again, this time stronger, wiser, and hungrier. So, the next time life breaks you down, ask yourself, will you stay down or will you rise like Will Smith? The choice is yours. And if this story inspired you, if you felt the fire in these words, then don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Hit that like button, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel, Motivate Me, where we bring you powerful stories that remind you of your own greatness. Because your time is now. Your story is still being written. And like Will Smith, you too can turn your failures into worldwide success.